Hello everyone. Um, as I told you, I'm going to record this lecture and you can watch it later. Um, Actually, last time we made some exercises related with the strings and the other things. So for this lecture, I can continue from this place. Um, in the text input and output, this section is explaining how to get data from the user, and it covers output in more detail than we have seen so far. Actually, we have two outputs, um, the basic output and the formatted output. Um, the most basic output function is system out print x. So where x can be a value or expression of any time. So this is actually called as standard output. Also, while I think we didn't do that kind of exercise, or we did, I don't remember exactly, but um, from your previous experiences also, you may notice that system out print or that kind of functions in other programming languages outputs real numbers as many digits after the decimal point as necessary. So if you want to print the value of p, for example, it will print something like that. So sometimes we don't want this kind of precision. And Java, like for example C and C++, has a formatted output capability that makes easy to control how to real numbers and other values. So we are going to use system out printf to produce formatted output. Okay, here we can see a statement that will print a number in the proper format, which the amount is a type of double. It means that we declare amount variable as double. So as you see this small um, statement, the output format for a value used by a format specifier in the format string. So the format specifier is percentage 1.2f. So let's check what is it. Before we can say that there are so many kind of format specifiers. So first percentage, then the type of the number, like that. So every format specifier begins with percent sign, and ends with a letter. And also there are some extra formatting information in between. So in percentage D and percentage 12D, D specifies that an integer is to be written. For example, with 12 in percentage 12D specifies the minimum number of spaces that should be used for the output. So um, in other words, actually, program is giving you 12 character space for that output. So also we can say that the output is write justified in a field of length 12. So it is justified to right side. Okay, but there are some points here. If the value has more than 12 digits, all the digits will be printed with no extra spaces. So it doesn't matter if you are especially for the um, integer values, uh, it is not just cutting the numbers because number will be changed in this case. So it is if you entering more than 12, it will also print it. So so percentage D and percentage 1D is same thing in this case. So you can print as much as character. You can have many spaces as necessary. And as you see, D stands for decimal, which it is based on numbers, in other words. But you can replace D with an X to output an integer value in hexadecimal form. So if you put X, it will just convert the same value to hexadecimal and print. Okay. Format specifiers for values of type double are more complicated because of they have um, decimal point. So after the dot, they have some digits. So here in 1.2f means that um, the two means that anyway, two means that the precision of the number. So after the dot, you can put two digits. If your actual value of that digit is, for example, have two, 3 or 4 after the uh, decimal point, it will cut off and display the rest. Of course, it is making, by the way, rounding. So I will show you in an example, or let me to write, for example, um, um, let's say in this example, 1.2f, if you have a number like that, it will be rounded to have 2 points, 2 digits after the point. So, but it will not be like this. This number, it will check the third number. If it is uh, equal to 5 or more than 5, this number will be increased by 1. So it will be 12.30. So this is how they are doing it. And for example, 12.3f means you can put 12 digits and you can have 3 points after the uh, decimal point. So also very large and very small numbers should be written in exponential format because um, too many spaces needed for the zeros. In this case, we are using this kind of format. Um, this means this number multiplied by 10 to the power of 23. So let me to write again. And to the power of is easier for me to write it like that. So this this value is equal to this value. So um, so if you are using a format specifier like that, it means you can use 15 digits and you can use 8 digits after the point. And it is not related with the exponential. It is not counting. Okay, I have I have an example for that, so I will show you. Okay, for numeric output, the format specifier can include a comma, which will cause the digits of the number to be separate into groups to make easier to read big numbers. So sometimes you may see it is very hard to read big numbers to understand if it is something about millions or billions. Um, so um, in the United States, groups of 3 digits are separated by commas. It is same in here. Um, for example, if x is 1 billion, then system out println in this format will output like that. So let me show. Normally in formatted output, uh, as you know from C, um, when we are writing percentage D, it will print um, that variable value with this format, decimal. Here, if you see this small comma, this means uh, put um, comma after each three uh, digits or zeros. So, like in maths or in real life, we are also using. So you can use this property like that. So if you want to format the digits like that, you should put in between percentage and digits a comma. Okay. By the way, there are, as you see, the book is um, explaining everything in so much detail. So I am trying to be, I'm trying to summarize this book, but at the same time, I don't want to just cut so many properties because um, all of you I know knows the generic things about programming, but sometimes while writing programs, the small nuances is um, causing to waste time or gain time. So knowing this kind of small nuances will help you later. But sometimes we have there are some properties that I don't know when you have to use it. I am just trying to skip that part. Okay. Also, in addition to format specifiers, the format string in a printf statement can include other characters. These extra characters are just copied to the output. This can be a convenient way to insert values into the middle of an output string. For example, if x and y are variables of type integer, you could say like that. So the product of this value and this value is this value. So this is something that you know from C. So the value of x, because of the order, will be printed uh, here. The value of y will be printed here, and the multiplication of two values will be printed here. So this is something that you already knew from the previous lecture. Okay, it is. I don't know why I remove it. This is something that is better to save it like that. Okay. One more thing, the output to output a percent sign, use the format specifier double in the format string. So also you can use a backslash before using an escape, before using this kind of characters that you are using in the print. Okay, 1 minute to okay. I'm going to open Eclipse to show something related with the topic. Okay, this program is just for to show you how formatting output is working. That's it. Let's run it. Okay. First of all, we declare and initialize some variables. In line 10, you can see that percentage 1.2f. So when you see f, it means that your data type is double. As you know, slash n means new line, um, and this amount value will be printed by with this format. So um, we are going to print this number 9.234. So here, if there's this number is same or the defined number is more, it means the format will not change. You don't need to worry about it. If this part is 2, it means after the point, you have to print um, 2 digits. Okay, so it will print 9.23, as you see. Okay, if you want to print just the same digit, you can use this kind of print. I just want to show you that while you are printing in Java, you are just actually you are just concatenating two different uh, strings or variables or two different data types, doesn't matter. So you are just concatenating two different things like this. This is a double and this is a string. While it is printing, all of them will be printed as a string. So it will print amount is 9.234. The other one here, it will print number. Number is this one here. It is an integer. I just checked that it will not exceed the integer limit. So If you don't give any limitation, it will print as it is. But if you give something like that, 12D, it means you can use the program will arrange you 12 character space, and as I told you, aligned right. So this is 3, 6, 10 digits. It means you have uh, 2 more spaces to the left because if it is aligned like right. If it was 15 digits, you will see that it will go right 3 more spaces. Shift right, as you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the other thing, we are going to print no. No is an integer value. Its value is 64. What is percentage x? I mean, what is x in here? It means you are going to print the value in hexadecimal. So if you convert 64 in decimal to the hexadecimal, it will be 40. So it will print 40. Uh, actually, for example, if you want to have less age, you can make it like that. For example, my age is 43. If you convert it to hexadecimal, let's check how young I am. 2B. So it is a kind of digit that I can't let me to say 41. It should be 25 or something. 29. So when you are 41, you can say I am 29 in hexadecimal format. Anyway, then another one, expo to show the exponential value. As I told you, the program is not considering this A23, 25, whatever it is, while you are giving these values. 15.8 means it will give 15 spaces and 8 spaces for after dot. So let's check what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15. So I think it is not considering the comma. So it is giving 15 spaces totally to this digit, and the precision after the dot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I make it 6, let's test it. What will happen? As you see, you have 3 spaces, blank, 3 blanks here, and as you see, after the dot, 6 digits. But if you check totally, this is 15 characters with these three spaces. Okay. uh, Okay. For this one, we will print X. What is X? This number. We will just separate it with three digits like that. Okay, how we can do it? By just putting comma here. This one, I think, because of the format difference, it is just printing as points. Most probably in the program you can arrange it and change it. It is not. If you put it like that, most probably it will give error, mistake. Yes. Okay, so we just separate it like that. As you know, in some countries, to separate numbers, they are using points. Some of them they are using commas. Using comma is more meaningful for me because you can just use this point for the decimal point as well. So it will be something like mixing your mind. The last one is how we can print, write it something like a sentence and print inside of the string some other kind of variables or same kind, doesn't matter. Here A is 5, B is 10, so the product of 5 and 10 is, you can directly put it like that, is 50. So this is the result.